So here I have around 8-9 pieces of medium size cut chicken there, and first of all I need to marinate it for that special dish I want to make today. The thing that I have put in here is this is cumin powder, 2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder there, okay, 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 small teaspoon of pepper powder, some haldi powder, just around a small teaspoon of haldi powder, and 1 teaspoon of this is red chili, Kashmiri red chili powder for the color. And of course, one thing that's remaining is the salt. So we'll put in salt according to our taste. I think that's enough. Okay, and nicely smear off. So we're giving it a nice mix there, because first thing I need to tell is that I need to marinate these pieces of chicken for at least half an hour. And so welcome back to my kitchen, and today I'm going to cook something that is very essential for a very boring day, or in fact a cold day when you really do not want to cook anything. So we have some leftover rice, say, and we have some pieces of chicken. So we do not want to even stir fry or whatever, and we want the least of dishes to be done. Therefore, we will go baking today. So today I have before you something called chicken rice baked bowl. So let's start cooking. So today I'm trying to put together everything that I have at home. In fact, some of them, which is like leftover rice and all, and we are trying to bake a dish which will come, be complete in one bowl, just a bowl like this, and it will be actually helpful for everybody to have a bite from there. Right, the first thing I need to tell you is that I will need here around 2 pieces of bread, in fact stale or whatever, but of course they should be edible. And then you cut them into small pieces like this and put them into the mixie and give it a nice mix for the fresh breadcrumbs that you'll need for this recipe. Apart from that, I will need some butter. I will need some, this is what we call, actually I had some milk that had curdled, and therefore I put in some lemon juice, and therefore what I have now is the chena there. Right? So around, see, I have here around 4 or 5 big tablespoons of chena there. I need an egg. I'll need a cup of milk, some cheese, preferably mozzarella, because of those strings that you have when you really bake mozzarella. And here I have a small bowl of leftover rice, and as I normally use, this is Johar rice with this beautiful fragrance that calls of Assam. Right? Okay, apart from that, I will need here around 1 big onion that has been sliced thinly, and some, say, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. And for making the slurry, I will need 1 tablespoon of corn flour, which I'll use with the water to make the gravy. Okay, now the entire cooking will be of course done in any vegetable, any olive oil of your choice, and then let's start cooking. As you can see, I've put up 2 pans here, one a deep bottomed one and the other one a small pan, flat pan there. And I will need 3 other ingredients if they are available at home, no problem if you do not have. Chili flakes for that flavor and a kick, and of course some mixed herbs and some pepper powder, or here I can freshly ground pepper powder that I will be using. Okay, now 2 pans, so we'll have it very easily done. The first pan, what I'm going to do is that put in some vegetable oil. Okay, alright, so 1 and 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil, spread it across. In the other pan also, just 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. I hope that will help in the entire cooking. So while that's heating up, we do not need to heat up the vegetable oil a lot. In the first pan, what I'll do is that I will use some of this, that is the cumin seeds there. So I'll put in some chili flakes also. I hope that's not much, that's fallen off, right? And some of the entire onion. Okay, while the onion is really caramelizing. Okay, now on the other pan, I will put in the pieces of marinating chicken. Now this thing is very necessary, you know, that you are actually frying up the chicken a bit before using it, because that way all the juices will be sealed inside the pieces of chicken and they'll be juicy. So all masalas, everything go in, and then we are actually getting that beautiful brown color on them. That's why we are putting them directly on the pan and heating them up in a way before they actually go into the baking. Okay, let's come down here and see how they're going. Alright, so I just wanted to add everything that's actually available to make it more interesting. So I'm adding in the henna. Okay, we Indians normally like a little bit of color in our dishes. So I think I'll put in a dash of the turmeric powder. Just a dash of the turmeric powder. It's essential that you put the turmeric powder in the oil, because otherwise it has a smell of rawness there, which normally we do not like in the food there. These are the things which make your food better, you know. You have to take care very, very carefully. It's an art. Alright. Okay, we now just try to melt in all of them together and let them fry for some time. And I can also put in the salt now. This is all done in high heat. It has to go on. Some of the salt, which will give the actual flavor to the dish. If the salt isn't there, it isn't anything at all. Okay. So this goes on cooking for some time on its own, and we come and switch over and check out what's happening here on the other pan. So we just turn them over a bit and check out. Yes, they're getting that brown color, as you can see there. Alright, which is very important. This will take just 2-3 minutes on both the sides, at least 3 minutes on both the sides, and your chicken will be ready in, you know, it's beautiful color there, and all the masalas are also getting, you know, stuck to the body of the chicken pieces. So we are doing this for all the chicken pieces and letting them get the, you know, the flavors on themselves. We are doing this, however, on low to medium heat. Let's come back here and check again. Yes. Now it's the time to put in our rice. The rice goes in. Okay. I think the amount that I'm cooking is okay for 3 people. For nuclear families, when we just want to have one dish, might be one day, right? And sit and relax and watch a movie perhaps. Those times we need dishes like this. Just something that came to my head and I felt like trying out. This is the first time I'm trying out, in fact, and hopefully it will be good. The smell is good, the feel in my heart is good, and my food will also be good. Okay, just put in some mixed herbs also. Just some, I normally just put a little just for the feel of it. I do not like it very, very strong there. And some part of the freshly ground pepper. Okay, it's done. Right. I think this is actually done. But one thing I haven't put in, that's the salt. So let me put in a little bit of salt there. Not much, just a little. Because the chicken will already have the salt there. So we have just a little bit of the salt there. Let it be there on slow flame for some time. In the meantime, I've already made a nice breadcrumb, the fresh breadcrumb from the 2 pieces of bread that I had shown. Okay, now let's talk about this part. Yes, I think they are doing up fine. Okay, let me see it turn over a bit. Yes, they are getting crispy and nice. Okay, so I need to now just make a little bit of sauce, you know, for this particular, you know, the chicken there, so that they will feel better in the dish there. Now this is actually done up. It's ready. We'll switch it off. Now let's concentrate on the chicken. So I'll put in some hot boiling water to the pieces of chicken there, so that anything that's left off, will be done up. And then we'll increase the heat and just try to give it a boil further and form the gravy of this particular chicken dish there, right? So we'll give it a cover and let it be there for 2-3 minutes. That's done. Meanwhile, I'll take some butter and grease this pan where I'm going to do the baking. Okay, right, and layer it up with the rice that's already done. So we gather the rice now first. Just throw in the rice. Spread it across the entire dish. Okay. Press it in. Okay. Now let us go and check out on the chicken. That's okay. See, it's cooking beautifully there. All right. Now we want to make this curry a little thicker. So that's obvious thing is that you need to make a slurry of the corn flour. That is, just put some water there and put in there. The slurry is ready and we throw in into the gravy. In 2 minutes or so, you'll have a thick gravy there. Just check for the salt then. See, it's already done. Switch it off straight away because I don't want it very, very thick. I want this gravy to penetrate into my rice there. So just check for the salt. I mean, if it's all right, we'll go over for the next step. Okay. It's perfect. Little spicy there because of the chili flakes. I think I think it was the pepper. Right. So this is done to go into my baked dish. So that's going in right into the dish there with all the curry also. We're trying to, I think, make some fusion food there because we have the baking part of it, we have the masala part of it, all of them. It's a mixture of the Indian and the Western. Okay, now that's done. Now let's go to the next part. Now we'll break an egg into the milk. Okay, and give it a nice whisk. Or why don't I do one thing? Let me give it in the mixie. It will be a better whisk there. So after a whisk in the mixie, this is how it looks. We'll throw it on top of the dish. Okay, done. The next thing I need to do is to try to flavor this. That is the breadcrumb. Just put in some salt, I think, not much, and some mixed herbs. Just some mixed herbs. Alright, then put it on the top of this. Doesn't it look beautiful already? I hope it really tastes as beautiful as this. So we'll put in like this all through, everything there, and then also put in. Meanwhile, I've already put my oven at roasting, right? Not baking, just roasting, because everything else is done. I just need the top to be beautifully done up and browned. So I'm taking the mozzarella and throwing it across. You can always increase the mozzarella if you really want it, you want it more cheesy. But since we are eating a lot of mozzarella in this lockdown, I thought let me just restrict myself to this. Okay, done. So now I need to put this into the oven. So now I put inside on baking for at 175 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. So we'll wait for it. Towards the end, we will again, we'll just make the top portion brown by giving it on grill. Now we will bake it at 175 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. minutes. This is how it's looking. I think it needs a little more of time in the oven, so just increase it for another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. No, I think 10 minutes is fine, and then we'll come back. See how beautiful it looks, crispy and golden on the top and soft and mushy inside, I guess. Yes, I think that's a great success there. I hope you like this recipe of mine. Do give it a like and thumbs up, and I assure you, you're going to love it. You're going to love, because you do not have to do any dishes also after this. Just one baked pot and a house full of happiness. Thank you so much for watching.